Happy Monday, community newspaper family. We are coming at you live from the Black Studio here at the Community Newspapers in South Miami. I'm going to be your host for the show, as I am every week, for the Community News Comedy Calendar. I am Sebastian Alvarez here with my co-host, Art Roche. How you doing, Art?
What's up, Sebi? How you doing?
I am doing great, man. It has been a fantastic weekend of comedy, and we're looking forward to a great week of comedy coming up for you guys. This is the Comedy Calendar, though, where every week we go through a little rundown on what's going on in South Florida in terms of comedy, and we look ahead to what's going to be coming up and what happened last week. Last week, actually, at the Miami Improv, where me and Art both work, there was a phenomenal comedian there, Akaash Singh. He killed it. He absolutely sold the place out. I wasn't there, though, but Art was. So tell us a little about it. Art, how did it go?
Sebi, you missed an amazing weekend of comedy. We had storms that could have kept everyone away, but Akaash Singh packed the place out. He had 5 shows fully sold out. We added a 6th show on Sunday, fully sold out, which I haven't seen in my months at the Improv. It looks like storms couldn't keep the fans away, so it was amazing. He did it with a really good team of people.
We got him up on screen, actually, right here.
He's got an opener, Matt McCoy from Prohibition Comedy. Kyle McAllister, a local Miami comedian, actually got called up on stage and did 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yep. So you come out to the shows, you're a comedian, who knows, you know? And I want to shout out Kevin Marcus Jr. He filmed the whole night. He had photography, whole setup there, really making sure Akaash looked good.
Heck yeah. And we got the picture up on screen here. We got to meet him. We got to hang out with him. Super nice guy, first of all. And I think it's not his first time here at the Improv, and I don't think it'll be his last. He's definitely probably going to come back and sell it out again. So definitely keep your eye on that calendar for whenever he comes back. We'll keep you updated, obviously, here on the show as well. Over in Dania Beach up north, we had Giannis Pappas last weekend doing his thing. Love Giannis. He does his little characters. He does an amazing show. If he's back here in Miami, again, we'll let you know, and you got to check that out 100%. If you see Giannis on the calendar, got to check him out. And lastly, what happened last weekend was I actually was booked up in West Palm Beach at the satellite location for the West Palm Improv. You can see it right here. That is the Kravis Center up in West Palm Beach, right there, that I was performing at. I got to host for the very funny Ian Bagg. It was an absolute pleasure. He's a consummate professional. I was able to share the stage also with a few others. There he is right there, the man, the myth. I was able to open with a few other guys who amazingly were Miami comics who I had never met. They're both located in LA. They're both super awesome guys. The first one, Forrest Graham, he is actually, believe it or not, on Comedians on Canes, the podcast that Michael Yo does. We talked about that last week. And the other comic that I was able to do the weekend to, the other feature, John Wynn, super funny guy, got started at the Improv, performed at the Miami Improv when he first got started. Knew a lot of the locals down here that are OGs to us, right. But that were peers to him. So it was cool kind of hanging out with those guys, being able to see the weekend. If you look at this right here, this picture gives you a little idea of what the stage is like, kind of what everything looks like over there at the Kravis Center. This picture was actually taken by our good friend Dan from Dart Vision. He's the best photographer in South Florida when it comes to comedy. So we had to have him out there taking pictures of us that weekend.
I'll say this, had to work the weekend. Was super proud and glad to see that you got that call to get up there and open for him. And second best to being there myself is having Dan there, Dart Vision. Whenever there's any kind of moment like that, he can be there and capture it. That's the second best to being there myself. So I appreciate Dan and shout him out big time.
100%. And you can see from the pictures, they look absolutely fantastic. But that was last week in South Florida comedy. Moving on to this week, though, we got a fantastic lineup of amazing spots for you. If you want to go up and get a little open mic work in, if you're a newer comic and you want to do some stuff, you can do that. If you want to get started in comedy, you can do that. Or if you want to just go out and watch a fun show of comedy, every single night of the week, there's something this week. So on Monday, we start off with Thank You Miami. I'll be performing there. This comes out on Tuesday, so you'll miss it, unfortunately, but it's every single Monday, so you can go next week as well. Thank You Miami, fantastic spot. Then up north on Monday, connected to the Dania Beach Improv, is 14 North Dania. That is ran by our very good friend, Ellie Rodriguez, one of the funniest comics down here in South Florida. Follow her at Laugh with Ellie on Instagram. She's super good. She runs that show every single week. This week is going to be a booked show. It's going to be a fun lineup of really good comics. They're all going to be killing killing it for you up there at 14 North Dania. Moving on to Tuesday, though, we got Dom's in Brickell. That is run by Miami Comedy, by Manny Garavito, the man, the myth, the legend. Hosting that show is going to be JJ. He is a really, really funny guy. He hosts a really good room out there every single week, brings the energy, brings the comics. It's not an open mic, so if you want to go, it's just to watch and hang out and enjoy the vibes. Really, really good place. Have the meatball. If you go to Dom's, get the meatballs. Super, super good. I love it. Moving on to Wednesday, though, I'm really excited for this. This is one of my favorite shows. Every single year we do it at the Miami Improv. We got Florida's funniest comedian competition, and I am actually going to be hosting that show. So if you want to come out and you want to watch me, do my thing, and a couple of the other comics that are our really good friends out here are going to be performing on that as well. So I believe, Art, you had a few people you wanted to shout out?
Absolutely. I mean, first things first, right before taping, I found out that you're going to be hosting. So big ups.
Thank you.
Another one in the notch. But absolutely, we have, the Miami comedy scene is coming out for this performance. We have, starting with my good friend Mike Daba. He'll be up there trying his best. But we got Adrian Hernandez, Raul Hernandez, Rolando Gomez, Zach Newfort, Ellie Rodriguez from Dania 14 North.
Heck yeah.
Matt Vallet, Katie Lyons, Laz Martino, who's actually an actor here, South Florida actor.
Nice.
Grant Tolliver, and our good friend Mohammed. So it's going to be
packed lineup. It's going to be a packed lineup, and you can see all the other names. Anybody else that we missed, you got them up right there. It's going to be a great lineup. Like I said, I'm going to be hosting, so come out. It's a free show. If you mention any of the people here, or if you mention my own name at the front door, you'll be able to get in and enjoy the show. It's just a 2-drink minimum per person. They don't have to be alcoholic. Don't worry. We're not trying to get you sloshed up. You can get sodas. You can get whatever you want. But that's what a night at the Miami Improv is going to entail this week on a Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday, though, we have our consummate show, the stalwart of Miami comedy open mics, and that is Taurus on a Thursday night. Coconut Grove, you can head out there and catch one of the funniest comedy shows every week. It's my favorite place to go up every single week. Art, my boy right here, he's the open mic host. So if you want to go out there and you want to kind of get your feet wet, or if you're a comic who wants to go out and try it out, talk to him. Once you get there, you'll see him. He'll be able to help you out, get you on the list. Other than that, the show starts with a great booked lineup of comedians that is curated by our boy Mike Daba, who's also on Florida's Funniest.
And if there's any comedians out there that want to get on any of the open mics that we talk about and they're not unsure, they have questions, DM me. Hit me up either through our Comedy Calendar SoFlo Instagram or through any one of our direct Instagrams. We're here really to answer questions. So if you have anything, hit me up. But about Taurus specifically, if you can get out there, I will put you up front. I will make sure to take care of you. But it's the jewel of the week. So come out. I'll make sure you have a good time.
100%. We'd love to hear that. And then moving on to Friday of this week, we are back at Thank You Miami again for the second show of the week. Thank You Miami does Mondays and Fridays, so don't worry if you missed the Monday show. Friday's always a really, really good time. Shout out to Daniela Delfina also, who books those shows and does a really great job hosting every single week. That is Thank You Miami, though. Moving on, if we missed or if you want to get, if we missed anything that's happening down here in South Florida, or you want to get a little more of a detailed depiction of what's going on from not just South Florida, like our neck of the woods here, but from Key West all the way up to pretty much Orlando, you can actually look up the South Florida Comedian Spreadsheet. We're going to have a link in the description of this video, no matter what platform it goes out on. If you look at that little spreadsheet, it'll show you literally, it's a live updated spreadsheet that has every single show. Some of the ones that we've already talked about and some that we missed that we just don't have time to get to, because believe it or not, South Florida comedy is going on and happening so much that we can't even fit it in this 10 to 15 minute show. So by all means, check out that spreadsheet. It is updated all the time, so it stays, it'll keep you up to date on everything that is really good happening in South Florida. Moving on to next weekend at the Miami and Dania Beach Improvs, we actually have a really, really good comedian coming to the Miami Improv this weekend. Eric Griffin is going to be here. He is been touring the country for almost a decade plus now. He's fantastic, really funny, and we actually have an opportunity to give you guys, the viewers, some free tickets to the show. So if you guys want to come out this weekend to the Miami Improv to a show on Friday night, by all means, we want to give you free tickets. So go into the comments of this video on Facebook. If you're not watching on Facebook, you can go over to the Community Newspapers page on Facebook, and you'll see this video posted right there. I'm going to need you to give it a like, and I'm going to need you to comment comment on that video, I want tickets. If you comment, I want tickets, and give it a like, we're going to be picking one of those people in the comments to give some free tickets to. It's going to be 2 free tickets to the show, so you can come, you and a guest, and enjoy the show on us, on the comedy calendar. We're going to be giving away tickets, believe it or not, very often on the show to the Miami Improv. Anytime we have availability, anytime that we're able to hook you guys up, we want to hook up the fans that are watching this show every week.
And I'll say this, I mean, we promised tickets. We got some tickets. It makes me excited. I want to do more and more giveaways on this show. You know, besides obviously just having a free tickets and coming out with your date or whatever you want to the Improv, it's going to be you and I checking them in at the front door.
Yeah, true.
So they're going to be, you know, they'll get the royal treatment. We'll make sure that they have a good time, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about these giveaways.
Absolutely. And those tickets will come with some saved seats for you. So you'll get a nice little reserved spot for you in the front, wherever you prefer. We'll hook it up for you guys. Anybody who is the grand prize winner of the free tickets for Eric Griffin this weekend on Friday night. So moving on, though, to the Dania Beach Improv, we have our good friend Mark Vieira. He comes to Miami all the time. He is super funny, Puerto Rican comic, big energy, big character. There is somebody that you do not want to miss anytime he comes down to South Florida. He is an absolute gem. We love it when he comes down and performs for our clubs. So that is going to be happening up in Dania Beach. It's a little bit further north, but if you want to get out there, or if you maybe live a little bit further north and you're watching the show, by all means, head on out there. He's performing there this weekend. That is going to wrap up, though, the comedy calendar for this week. How are you feeling, Art? Anything you want to add before we head out?
Feeling good. I mean, I think we have a lot of good stuff coming up this week. I want to give just a big shout out again to the Florida's Funniest Competition. All those guys out there, best of luck. And we'll have a bunch of links below. So anything we talk about, we'll have links below so you guys can check out more stuff.
100%. Absolutely. Follow us on Instagram. Me and Art, our tags are going to be right here everywhere. You can see it. Doesn't even matter. But you can also follow community newspapers on Facebook, Instagram, every single page, or every single social media. Sorry. That has been this week. Thank you guys so much for coming in and tuning in with us. Until next week, keep laughing, guys.